take care of business, and that's what we did. So it's a good comfortable win for us.
Continues this very impressive run of now 6 straight games. I know the 2 prior to the Wizards game ended in losses, but it still felt like the team was playing really well. How important was beating Washington? Because as you mentioned, if you're going to be a playoff team, you got to not just play well, but register these W's. How important is games like that one and one tonight against Houston towards getting to that goal compared to a game against a Utah or a Philadelphia?
Yeah, we've had a really tough stretch. Even the win out Miami, Miami's a really talented team. Like you said, Philly, we played Indiana twice, which is a good team. So we've had a really tough stretch. And we played well in those. We don't want to play to the level of your competition. So we played well with some of those teams, won a few, lost a few. Then with the Wizards coming in, we knew that we needed to take care of business, and that's what we did.
Houston coming in, they're without Christian Wood, who obviously you got a chance to get to know, I'm sure, a little bit when he was with the Hornets, but he has been quite the revelation in the last season and a half. DeMarcus Cousins is a pretty darn good substitute at center, but what is the impact of him being out? Is the impact really on the starting unit since DeMarcus Cousins comes in, or is it the reserves after him?
Fortunately, he's had the injuries over the past couple of years, but he can still fill it up. He can still have a big night, any given night. And then those guards are really what makes Houston tough. You got, John Wall, Victor Oladipo, Eric Gordon off the bench. So some guys that can really put up a lot of points in a hurry. So, yeah, it'll be tough on us on the defensive end tonight.
Finally, Cody, we are all hoping Devontae Graham gets healthy and back into the rotation as soon as possible, but now it'll be the second straight game with Terry Rozier and LaMelo Ball starting at the guard spots. How has it felt out there? I know it's a small sample size, but how has it felt out there with this new starting lineup?
Yeah, we've played well. We've played with different rotations throughout the year. I don't know if we've had a game all year that we've had everyone healthy, just because Terry missed some time, PJ, obviously now Devontae. I missed the first month, so I think it just makes us a deeper team once everyone is healthy. But we'll miss Devontae, and we'll be ready for him to come back whenever he's healthy.
Cody, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight against the Rockets. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. Sam Farber right there with Cody Zeller here on the Hornets pregame show. Kyle Bailey alongside Travis T-Bone Hancock, and the Rockets are in town tonight visiting the Hornets. They own the all-time record in this series, 46-15, and in Charlotte on the road, they have an advantage there as well, 20-11. So the Rockets have owned the series all time, and as of late as well. They've won 16 of the last 18 meetings, T-Bone, but not the last one. The Hornets got the last one.
That was a memorable game, right? What was the opening of that game?
20-0.
20-0.
I was sitting on Media Row just in awe of what was happening. Couldn't believe it.
That's one of the games I remember most about towards the end of the season. Was that the second to last?
I believe so.
I believe it was in that neighborhood of either. He was the last game. I think the Rockets was right there.
And that was the stretch down the stretch where the Hornets were playing fantastic basketball.
Yep.
Beat the Rockets, beat the Heat, of course, on the final night of the season. Had beaten the Raptors a couple of days before that. Played the Bucks really tough. That was the stretch of basketball that I think a lot of people took, and it gave them optimism going into this season, and especially after the drafting of LaMelo Ball and the acquisition of Gordon Hayward.
Look, Sam is right, and it's really hard for us to sort of analyze the Rockets for this game because they're missing Eric Gordon, they're missing John Wall, they're missing Christian Wood, and previously it was a James Harden-led team. So it's sort of a mixed bag of what they've done. Pretty impressive with Steven Silas that they're 11-11. This is going to be a dangerous team when Wall's in there with Eric Gordon and Christian Wood, and DeMarcus Cousins has a secondary role. PJ Tucker plays his role, and all those bench guys we're seeing tonight fill their spots. Houston's going to be a pretty dangerous team, I think, come playoff time. Maybe not a contender, but certainly a team in that, 7 range, 8 range, 6 range, somewhere in that neighborhood that you don't want to see in the West.
Very possibly. You feel for a guy.
If they're all healthy, too.
For sure. And you feel for a guy like Steven Silas, who